Hello, I'm Drew Krag with GearWire.com. This is another home studio workshop, and today we're going to be talking about a way to save a lot of time and a lot of money in the studio by using soft synthesizers. Now, up until the invention of soft synthesizers, we've been just forking out money left and right to pay musicians to play parts, and if they make a mistake, there's not much we can do other than chop it out, something like that. Soft synthesizers save us a lot of time and money in the studio. We're able to lay down parts very quickly with an incredible sound base. And today we're going to be talking about some of the more popular soft synthesizers that I like to use in my studio. A lot of Native Instruments soft synths and various other ones that have just saved me a lot of time and money. So let's take a look. We're going to start with looking at Native Instruments Absynth 3. So here you have it. Here is our interface for Absynth 3. Now obviously the first thing you want to do is to patch through your MIDI signal into the Absynth itself, so you get the sound going in. You know it's patched through when you see the keys kind of light up as you hit them. And here is the first preset on Absynth. And now I'm going to show you one of the things I love about Absynth. It's really easy to change these presets into kind of a more customized sound. Here is our preset display. You can see there's just an enormous amount of presets on here. I believe 127 total. So that's a lot to choose from. And if you click up here at the top where it says patch, you can be able to see the various oscillators that create the sound. When I start taking these away, it's going to change the overall sound. So this oscillator here is a little bit more mellow. I can add or drop the filter just by clicking on this box. The next oscillator sounds very different. I can add a dropper filter by just clicking on this lower box, or some modulation. Here's the sound of the third oscillator. A little bit more mellow, and at home you're not going to be able to tell, but it is panned more to the right. Now each one of these oscillator channels, as we'll call them, has your master volume down here, and then this little box that has a little, basically a pan and a distance. You can actually kind of create space using this little box and put that particular oscillator in a specific space. In other words, if I wanted this middle oscillator to be up front, I can move it down like this and it'll sound more present. If I wanted this oscillator to sound more in the back, I can move it back like this. It'll sound less present. It's very, very simple. And then all the way at the very, very bottom here, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of Absynth, you're going to find your master, where we have a master filter. And if I get rid of this master filter, I have a feeling it might sound a little cheesy, but let's see what happens. A lot more high-end. You can actually hear these oscillators a lot more clearly. I'm going to leave that filter on because I just like the way that sounds. Sounds a lot better. So moving along, that's the patch window of Absynth, and that's pretty straightforward. Moving to the wave, this allows you to actually manipulate the wave that you're working with, which is actually a really cool function. If you really want to get techie about your sound and have absolute control over your wave, you can click wave and alter the window or alter the sound that you're working with. Effects, Absynth has some wonderful effects. You can turn these oscillators into just amazing sounds using these various different effects. There's a pipe effect, a multi-comb, multi-tap, echoes, and resonators. I'm going to run through them real quick. This particular Absynth, or this particular soft synth, has an awful lot of options and ways to customize the sound, as with all Native Instruments soft synths. So I'm not going to be able to get to everything today, guys, but I'll try my best. So this is the resonator. It just basically adds a lot more depth to the sound. It almost gives it kind of a, like it's in a very resonant wood room kind of sound to it. Echoes gives it a little delay. It's harder to hear because it's a pad. You can hear the delay. Multi-tap as well is a different kind of delay, and you can hear there's a little bit of modulation there. It's kind of going out of tune a little bit. Multi-comb is kind of like an auto filter effect. And pipe is kind of like a modulation effect as well. those are the basic effects, and take it from me, you can just do a lot with just customizing those various effects. You have control over your envelope of every single sound of your attack, sustain, release, all that sort of things are completely customizable by your mouse just by clicking and pulling these around. I just gave it a lot longer decay just by moving that. There's a lot of different things you can do using this window as well. LFO, here's all your LFOs for your oscillators and everything. Again, just a lot of stuff can be controlled through here just by changing the parameters. You can turn them on and off just by clicking on them. So you're seeing just an absolutely enormous amount of ways to customize your sound. And again, this just came from one of the presets. So let me just try this with one other preset. I'm just going to pick one randomly. So a little bit louder. So you can see I'm just turning filters and modulation effects on and off. It really changes the way it sounds quite a bit. See, look at the decay on this. We are going to change that a bit. So just by sliding this over, the decay goes down. So it's a pretty intuitive program to start working with. There's an enormous amount of sounds in it already. So feel free to check it out. It's definitely worth it. It's one of my favorite soft synths. Thanks for watching.